And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another live session. This one's going to be pretty random. I want to get started on the Fugu, but I wanted to do something kind of biomimetic, if that makes any sense. I'm through the outlines for the common pufferfish, which you'll see later what I'm going for here. So we're going to go with heavy outline. Just using GIMP to give us a shape. I should be able to import that shape into Baro for a background, and then we can use that to construct the hull of the ship ish. Um, been a long morning, I suppose. Um, path, brush. Oh, one color. Very. And it's down. Pissed off pufferfish. um, yeah, yeah, it looks like a terrible cartoon, but that should be enough for me to go on. Let's change this background to something. Um, oh wait, we can scale this up. Uh, as gaming nerd. Let's get into Baro, shall we? See how this goes. Probably should have had this running in advance. Check my stream, make sure my audio is working okay. It looks like it's working well. Had troubles in the past. All right. Go. You know, feel like in terms of spins, not bad, not bad. Um, forward. Okay. Alt to enable ruler. Yeah. New one. I've been using the ruler for a while now, but I think it's only recently had that little announcement where it says hold Alt to. For those of you wondering, I have EK mods installed. A lot of people gripe about that, but I do like it. And what's the point of if you install it, you're going to be supporting the devs. Oh, whoops, a little bit oversized on the picture. A little big, better. I have a viewer. Hello. Might be an echo in the chat room, but I find the biomimetics part interesting because, oh, hello. Echo. Echo. Hey, it's Ironic. How's Ironic today? Ironic is a fellow Baro YouTuber and always welcome to the chats. Wondering if he took some time to see the video that I posted last night because it's an interesting one, but it's definitely one of the nerdiest of the bunch. What do we got here? This is just randomness, by the way, Ironic. I'm not doing anything in particular. I just feel like building a sub today. Oh, we've got all these new ones from the EK mods. And very good just playing Minecraft. And yes, very good. Oh, 10 out of 10. Generous. Oh, okay. Again with the scaling issues. Um, Thruster. I don't know if this is cosmetic or if it actually looks appropriate. Hang on. Back to the image because that was still a little small. Back. I think there's a second one that goes underneath. Yep. I left that in there for I don't know, just because I find it amusing the thought of people shitting their pants at the. You know what? I don't trust the size of these thrusters. I'm gonna switch to use the reactor as a. Yeah, that works kind of. I don't know. I've always lately been mounting my reactors upside down, but use that. Take that as our reference. I believe this is about 2 decks tall. Another thing you can do. It's always good. Like I build the shell. I build from the inside out. So I put the reactor, place my what's the word? We're trying to do two things at the same time. Place my systems, the primary systems like the reactor and the oxygen generator and the navigation terminal, and place them how I want those, and then work outward from there. So start at the middle of the sub. This time, however, I am going to be trying to mimic the anatomy of the pufferfish because I have another stick that I want to use. Um, I guess we can scale this back a little bit. A little bit. Um, so now that's approximately 2 decks tall. If you put a deck in between here and here, and then you can kind of access the reactor pairing and put all your junction terminals underneath, or vice versa. I like putting the reactor up and above because then if there's a leak in the reactor control room, you get water. It'll go affect the junction boxes first, but you won't get a meltdown out of it. Um, I also used to have. I think these guys EK Mod still has the um sliding shells, doesn't it? And they've got what is this? Ambient burn emitter dockyard. Environmental oxygen remover. Wow, that was not fun. Anyways, I was saying, talking about sizing subs. So I generally start with doors, decide on the design. This is gonna be a 2 deck sub. I want an entrance at the front and the back. I want another entrance at the top, and this thing's gonna have a lot of turrets. But there's a reason why. Um, what am I trying? Okay, if we start by putting one of these weird things in here. No O2 in the reactor room, no fire. Ah, yes, that's another thing. Does EK mods might still have the vents that do vacuum instead of, and then if you have a fire in a room, you can apply the vents and the it sucks the air out and the fire goes out. Unless there's people in the other people in the room, in which case it's a bad scene. You don't want that one to happen. Ooh, not component and I don't want those. I want to move this up. Okay. Where is the Horizontal wall. Oh, alphabetical. What's this? No need to worry with solo. What do you mean, like solo play? Oh yeah, that's the other thing. For those of you who haven't seen any of my other live streams, what have you been doing? Where are you? We want you. It's always fun with these things. Like, we get 5, 6 people going. It's fun times. Um, there's a large horizontal wall with the wires or without the wires. Who's got it clutter or not too clutter? That is the question. Um, I have had marginal success with putting hatches in the like a central access shaftways are usually a pretty good idea. But like for example, on the Kestrel, I think it's Kestrel has like a 4 deck sub, and it's just this big column. And if you got a leak at the bottom, you got water that goes straight to the top. And so I was putting hatches that closed on sensing of water. However, this is where the fun was interesting. If you started falling down the shaft, so something happens, you get rid of the ladder. The motion detectors have, if you look at their settings in the sub editor at least, where's motions? There it is. If you open this up in the parameters, it has minimum velocity. So if something is moving super slowly, it won't trigger the motion sensor and won't open the door, won't turn on the lights or whatever you're using it for. I had it so if you were falling too fast, it would close the hatch really quickly and so prevent you from gaining more speed and more damage at the bottom of your fall. Because you know what they say, it's not the fall that kills you, it's a sudden stop at the end. Is that too small if I do that? I think probably, maybe. No. Okay, let's try 0.4. That looks better. Yeah, there we go. Um, Slice in half. This thing? Why would I need to slice it in half? Hmm. The other day I was starting to do work on this fugu. Oop. Oh, I want to get that motion sensor that's in there too. Way up there? Motion did. And door button. Okay. Central access for the door. I mean, like put something on the second floor, but not any of the other 2 floors. Um, yeah, this is one way to approach it. Absolutely. Here we go. That's 2 decks. We're gonna line the top, well, bottom of the reactor, but the top of this reactor with the top of this one. Oh, but this in the X direction. Oh no. The I put relatively quick door speeds on it, so it wouldn't slice you in half. It would just close really fast, and then you'd fall into a heap into the door instead of the floor, like two decks down. Um, okay. Now, if I remember correctly, EK Mods has close. Oh, I can't do it. Can't close on the middle of the reactor. That'll make no sense. Um, in that case, we just want the platform. Platform large. Take back. Promises, promises. I fit along the top there. Hmm. Maybe some cargo storage here, like just a little bit. No. Where is the actual heart on these things? Heart. Front and center at the lower part. Okay. Yeah, see, I wasn't serious. I was serious when I said I'm going biomimetic on this. Like, I want not super realism. I'm not going to be putting scales on it, but I want the shape to be roughly similar to what the actual pufferfish does. I still think this image needs to be bigger. All right, that's probably going to be a 3 deck. One thing I didn't like about the Kestrel is that the has all the ballast in the middle of the ship. But it makes it kind of sense because the when you do it that way, you can't get punctured and you can't lose vertical control of the ship itself. But at the same time, it puts other things more vulnerable to the react to the outside, like your oxygen generator, your batteries. I think are all more towards the outside of the ship. And I don't know if you guys saw in the damage thing that giant spiling quills thing with the max targets to hit of 10 was startling when I figured that one out. Okay. Hmm. I really don't want this to get too big because I want to go with a single pilot or like a single crew member running the whole thing. So that means we're gonna be packing the fabricator and the deconstructor in this room as well. So we're gonna have to open this up here. Change this one's depth so it comes in front of the reactor. I think that's really cool. Um, see. That looks better. Okay. I think I have. Hang on here. Save. Yeah, I need to go back to the main menu for something. I need to check to make sure I got a mod installed. A very, very important mod that really changes sub design for me. Um. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, injunction wires. Okay. Apply. So this one is it's a small mod. I think actually now that I think about it, it might require Lua, which I hope not would be a pain in the ass. Ooh, 2 Electric Boogaloo. Um oh, is that the one? Did I delete everything else? I what? Oh, the fish. Okay, it applies to all of them. All right. What's the unnamed? Oh, okay. Ah, okay. We're gonna overwrite the other one. Oh, it won't let me save with the name. Huh. That's interesting. Eat. Save. Electric boot. All right. So I want to hear if you guys have seen the video from last night. Love to get some feedback. I'm already in the works of video 2, but it's gonna be quite comprehensive and therefore take me a while. I suspect I was tempted to well, the whole thing started with turrets, right? The 2 new turrets in the hoist the sails update, and I wanted to compare them to the other turrets, and it started becoming I wanted to compare the damage to one to the damage of another, but that depends on the creature and the ammunition. So to understand that, you have to understand the creatures and their resistances and weaknesses, and then you have to understand the different types of damage that apply to each type of ammunition. And then I thought, well, crap, this is too much for one video, so I decided to split it up with the creatures and damage types in one video, and the turrets and the ammunition in the other video. And then that turned into, well, shit, the whole thing depends on damage, and I don't really talk about damage much, and there's different types of damage, so I had to make another video about damage mechanics. So yeah, there's this thing in engineering called scope creep, and this is one of the prime examples that I've ever seen of scope creep. Hang on here. Okay, so we'll put this get rid. Oh, you know what? Hey, did anybody see the Tesla's unveiling of their electric semi rig today or yesterday? I gotta say, it was kind of interesting. 500 miles on a single charge is a big deal, especially when Bill Gates says it couldn't be done. Let us down, Bill. Let us down. Rip, Bill Gates. You guys want a heart wrencher? I don't know if there's any Robin Williams fans in the room, but man, rest his soul. He was one of the best, 1 in a million, and there's a recently released video of, I don't know if it's an interview or if it's a canned video from him it's like himself, but it it's supposed to be very soon after he was diagnosed with the Lewy body dementia, and it hit home, man. It hit home really hard, and somebody who's so happy and so just joie de vivre on in the public eye, and to see him just so pissed off at the universe is humbling. Hang on here, I need to bring this forward. Okay, so if I'm going to do it this way, then we need a ballast. Oh, damn it! I said I was going to be biomimetic, and there's no ballast at the bottom of the fugu. So hang on, let's see where they put their swim bladder. Gotta be different. Okay, swim bladder. Yup, right down the middle of the fish. Right. What am I doing? Okay, over here. So we'll have to account for that somewhere. What about putting it right beside the reactor? That sounds like a great idea. Oh, we could make it glass. That'd be pretty cool. The sides of the ballast, so then you can look in and you can actually. Okay, that's an awesome idea, Rob. You can look in, you can see ballast flora. That's awesome. Man, it's a man talented. Vain. Um, I'm looking for glass, shuttle shell, glassy. Okay. So Alzorin, tell me about yourself, buddy. Where you from? What you doing? What keeps you busy on this Sunday afternoon? There with the glass. Um, or shell. The Ohio memes. No, I don't. Oh, you're from Ohio. Cool. I am not. I am Canadian, but I've been to Ohio. It's Cleveland, right? Cleveland's in Ohio. Um, but you guys love Drew Carey out there. Okay, hang on. We gotta scale this up to fit down here. Scale this one up here to fit over here. Okay, and then we'll put a big old engine back here. Machine. Ooh, man, look at all these thrusters. Yes, I've been there. My dad went to Cleveland Clinic a couple times, and we went to. Is there a basketball museum or something down there? I think. Um, Rubber and corn. No kidding. Um, Football. Yeah, that would be my dad. My dad. Pretty proud of my dad right now. There's a football. No, there's an NFL pool, and that he participates in. And people say, "Oh, there's job pools." No, my sister works for BTV, Vancouver Television, and she knows a lot of the announcers and the anchors that do these shows like Sportsnet and TSN and whatnot. And there's a pool that only the former players and other major personalities in the field of football media participate in, and it's got a sizable buy-in. And he's been participating in it for like 3 or 4 years. He does well, but this year he started second. Week 2 he was in 23rd place. He did really poorly at the start, and he's clawed his way back. And would you believe he's in second place right now? I mean, like the guys, you can't help but acknowledge his in his genius and that sort of stuff. He's my dad, and I'm very proud of him. All right. So if we're gonna access the engine way back here, can't put the yeah, we're gonna have to go sway a little bit from the wait, they have a competition for what? NFL pool every week he has to predict the winners and losers of the games for that week. That's it. That's a pool. They do. Um okay, we're gonna go like this. Because I want to put an exit at the back here. You didn't know that they have NFL pools? Oh, yeah. So this is gonna be an airlock back here, so that we can go mine shit when we see it on the radar. Um, no sports guy. Neither am I. I'm really big into F1. I love F1. I feel like it's an engineer's sport, and if you don't think it's athletic, let me tell you, I'll I'll argue with you as till the day is long because those guys, yeah, F1 is super cool, especially once you start getting into like the small nitty gritty. Like the next year, there some minor changes. They just recently did a huge rework of the aerodynamic rules and teams for the whole like the first 6 or 8 weeks where they were struggling with porpoising, which is when the car starts going like 300 kilometers an hour, the aerodynamics force the car down, which changes the aerodynamics so the car goes back up, and then the aerodynamics have back to where they were, so the car goes down. And you'll see these cars doing 300 kilometers an hour down like a straightaway, and you hear the and you see the driver's helmet bouncing around. It's yeah, oh yeah, Alvazorn's not wrong about reaction times to things. If there's a game you can get for your cell phone, I forget what I think it's called F1 Start. And if you ever seen an F1 race, the very, very starting, like if you ever get a chance to see the starting lap, that's like the most important lap in the race. And they have this system where there's 5 red lights. Like first of all the cars do a formation lap to warm up the tires and the brakes, and then they line up on the grid. Some dude walks by the back of the grid with a green flag, and that's when they start the race. There's 4 or 5 red dots, and when all 5 are lit up, there's a random amount of time from 300 to 1,000 milliseconds, and then all 5 lights go out, and that's the start. There's no green light or anything. Just both. When the lights go out, off you go. So this Android game is 5. I think it's 5 yellow lights, and you are supposed to put your finger on it or tap it or whatnot. Anyways, when the lights go out, you tap it, and it gives you your reaction time. There's a reaction. You need to put flaps on those cars to control. Oh, the porpoising. They did it with Arrow. Like they just fixed it. I think they might have allowed a little bit of mass dampers. Um. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. If I have this ship this compact, I'm gonna have to have a three-way airlock. Um. That's interesting. I'll have to do that one later. But if I can put an airlock there. Won't have an airlock back here, so we'll have oh, but we might have storage at the top. That might be helpful because this thing's gonna be small, and maybe put batteries up there or something. Who knows? I will need a deck at least for the engine. I think that's gonna if that goes flush and the engine comes out to here. Um and like the teamwork. Well, what's this? Hang on, I got a notification from something. Oh, you know what? I have music that I'm supposed to put on. Storage in the engine room. Hang on. That music too loud, guys? Hopefully I'm not DCMing myself right now, but every song in this playlist is chosen from somebody who said that very clearly that there's no copyright on the video. Um Hang on here. Wait, I gotta oh no, oh, okay, sorry. Shouldn't be sharing private conversations on there. I have to edit that. Hi Tim Tom. Were you I think you made a comment last week. No, you were only on yesterday. Somebody said if I keep live streaming, they want to catch me. But Tom, how are you? Have you seen the latest video on the Gaming Nerds channel? It's a thriller, let me tell you. Anyways, this copyright guy or this YouTube channel is a guy who calls himself Infraction, and it is a genius one. I love it. He was there live. Yes, he was. That's true. Sorry, my memory's terrible, guys. It's like a broken sieve. I blame multiple hits to the head in a martial arts career, but we'll hang on here. We're gonna add some doors. I need to add some vertical walls, Rob. What have you been doing? You've been 5 minutes, 10 minutes. How long is the stream? 33 minutes, and I haven't put a single vertical wall in yet. Does the door count as a vertical wall? Possibly. Um, I want to make this floor partially glass because there's gonna be a ballast underneath it, or entirely glass. Might go with entirely glass. Taekwondo, yes. I have done karate. I've done a little bit of jujitsu and a little bit of taekwondo, not enough to get like a belt. I dabbled in it long enough to know that it wasn't my bag, but um I did tai chi. I learned a little bit of Xingyi and Bakwa from a guy who taught me tai chi. If you've never heard of Bakwa and Xingyi, they're very, very, very formidable martial arts. Everybody's heard of the hang on, I wish I could turn this down a little bit without turning it off. There we go. That's not too loud. So everybody knows the symbol for Tai Chi, where the yin and the yang. But it has two sister arts, Xingyi and Pakwa. And in Pakwa, everything is purely defensive, and in Xingyi, everything is purely offensive. There's no defensive movements in Xingyi, like nothing. Your defense is to overpower your opponent's attack with your own. And it was really cool. It made me really want to visit some of these countries where these things were born. Hang on, I need hatches in here. What am I doing? Let's step that one off to the side, or people just go straight down the ballast without paying attention. Oh, can't hear the music still. Your recording software isn't set to pick it up properly. Hang on here. I should have desktop on here. Oh, it isn't. Hang on. That's weird. See if we can add an audio device. Hmm. Weird. I like OBS, but it has its faults. Hmm. Maybe this will be no. Anyways, no music necessary. My lovely voice should be enough for everybody. Um, that's not vain at all. All right, so we got a door at the back over here. We're gonna have navigation terminal over here. Yeah, we'll have a third level hatch. All right, it's starting to look like I'm gonna need some more than one crew member, but this should be minimal requirements for crews. Um, because this ship is just gonna take too long to move around. Um, get rid of that thing. Go over here. I don't think we're gonna need the full length of this. Maybe there. Yes, that's my lovely drawing of a puffer fish. Um, put a hatch in here. Do I have IntelliHatches still? Might hang on here. Um, my IntelliHatch and IntelliDoors should probably still be available. IntelliDoors and IntelliHatch. These ones are mine. Where did you decide to ballast? I think like if the common pufferfish has a great big belly on it. I think I'm probably gonna put it at the bottom. I mean it's just makes sense. Like there's the IntelliDoors, put them over here, and where's my IntelliHatch? I have that one over here. Really? My IntelliHatch? Oh, gotta be in here somewhere. Maybe not. Hmm. Here's visual variety pack. We want that one. Okay. Like lovely voices. I don't know if there's any Stargate fans in the room, but my sister's huge on Stargate. I've wound up kind of I like it. It's the longest running continuous science fiction show. It beat out X-Files even. Like they only have 10 seasons. Um oh wait, is that still no? Okay, same as the unnamed one. Um there's a character named Teal'c. I forget the actor's name, but he's the voice actor for Kratos in God of War, and I never realized it until just this week. I don't have a PS5, but I wish I did because the graphics I see on YouTube are epic. All right, so what else do we have? Let's just lay these out. We need weapons, but I'm not gonna put them on here yet. We need loaders. We're gonna need I don't know. That's from the visual variety pack. That's a navigation terminal. And then there's a sonar thing here somewhere. Oh, yes, we have the fabricator terminal and the what's this? Standalone processing for all the same operations as a navigation terminal, useful as a secondary backup or advanced drone navigation. Here's an idea. Drones. Hang on, deconstructor. So it's gonna be up here. Deconstructive terminal. These aren't final placement. I just want to put all the blah blah components out, and then I'll even lay them over here, and then I'll know which ones I have left to place. Um, there's a medical fabricator for you. Cool. Hey Flurry, what's up, yo? Welcome to the stream. We missed you. Did anybody pause and read all the text on the "I believe in you, you can do it" page? Console, where's the switchboard? Yeah. Let's see, this is another reason I love EK. Watch, you can't find this in the visual variety pack. This is your standard navigation layout, right? You got the sonar, you got the power, you got buttons, right? This is what you get with EK. You double the number of buttons, or you can put a console on here. They've got another one with a console. Man, is it golden here? Or is it just me? Navigation terminal. Open this one up. Oh wait, wrong one. What's happening? Haven't been able to see the last stream yet. Yeah, I'm getting problems with music that I'm fighting them on it because if I can't take out the audio without taking out the music, or I can't take out the music without taking out the audio, and I'm using music that I know is copyright free. So I'm very frustrated with YouTube right now. But last night, see this one has oh, actually I have a sweater right here. Give me a sec, guys. I'm ironing here. It's 5 Celsius outside. I know some of you might think that's not great, but I'm not a fan. I walk around in the winter saying, the air hurts my face. Why do I live where the air hurts my face? Okay. What's happening? There's a reactor, we got no post terminal. Okay, oxygen generator needs to go. Periscopes, a couple of those we're gonna need. Oh, ballast pumps. Don't forget we need at least 2 of those. I was gonna do a video on minus C, minus 5C. It's 3C where you are. Alzorn, did you tell me where you are, or was that? Anyways, I'm not gonna ask people personal details on YouTube. They don't like that. To shuttle or not to shuttle? What do you guys think? Oh yeah. Oh. See what I mean about terrible memory? Yes, I'm trying to create the Fugu. So or recreate the Fugu. My original Fugu was pretty much covered in guns, very much like the actual pufferfish is. And that sounds OP, but bear with me because in this sub there was 2 reactors, one for the weapons and one for everything else, and you can only run one at a time. And the batteries don't count. So if you turn on the other generator, oxygen, navigation, sonar, like lights, you lose everything until you turn the weapons off again. That was my that was a shtick with the old Fugu. Yeah, it was fun times. So, do I have the interceptor? I've been reading. I saw that one and never got a chance to play with it. Let's see if it's I think they call it the Maverick Interceptor. Oh, not seeing it here. Might be in the, what's this one? Maybe it's just part of an old mod. Are you done testing ARCs? No, I'm just I burned myself out putting that damage video together. I didn't really get much sleep over the past couple of weeks. For that and other reasons. So today I was just thinking of dick around making the sub. I'm not gonna talk about components because I don't want to get something wrong. I already got something wrong in that video and it's frustrating. Need meds. Ooh, which meds? I'm familiar with meds. My parents are both relatively ill, and anyways, not looking for pity points. There's no pity points for us. We don't care. We're happy people. Okay. Gonna have to rebuild the Intella door and the Intella hatch at some point in time. Basically, these were doors and hatches that they'd open automatically unless there was water or fire on the other side of the door. Now we'll stick with the original auto hatch. I think you need oh right, if you're gonna have a big sub, might as well have a proper big sub. Isn't that what Tommy Shelby says? We're gonna use guns. Use proper guns. Pinky Blinders. Peaky Blinders, top choice, highly recommended. If you haven't seen that, or oh, The Expanse. If you're into sci-fi at all and you haven't seen The Expanse, you need to. It is hands down the best science fiction I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of science fiction. Um, okay, this one needs a platform. Sorry, I am slow when it comes to this stuff, especially when I'm talking the whole time. ADHD, stomach, stuff like that. Trust me, my man, I know what you're talking about. Type 1 bipolar, I've had Lyme disease. I know about too many meds. Let me tell you, if the nuclear apocalypse ever comes, everybody's gonna be heading to Walmart to get water and toilet paper. I'm gonna be heading to the pharmacy to stock up. Um, I laugh. That's not super funny. Oh, dark times, but tish. Okay, so these are two decks. Leave this one up here. What are my other tricks that I've done? I want a bottom, a back, and a front, but I don't think. You know what? So we're gonna put. Hang on. Navigation usually goes. Well, command and control should be central to the ship. Everybody puts them front and center, but you know what? What can I do? Not impossible to make this a one-person ship. Uh-oh. Oh, damn it. Nope, whoops. That's a neat trick. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's any Rammstein fans in the room, but I recently heard Adieu for the first time, and I can't. There's a couple lines I can't get it in my head from that one. Weird group, but still pretty cool. Let's tone these down. It's annoying. I've been using DaVinci Resolve to make my videos, and you know what? I've been using DaVinci Resolve to make my videos, and there's two kinds of deletes when you're making. There's a ripple delete, which affects pretty much all tracks, and then there's just your standard delete function. And when you use the delete button, it does a ripple delete, but that's rarely what I want. So now I've used backspace, but here I am in Baritone. I'm trying to use backspace to to reverse some stuff, and it's not working. All right, let's see. We're gonna put some shell on this. It's a little early normally for me, but we're gonna do it because I want to see this thing start coming together. Can't rebind. Oh, I could rebind it. I'm just lazy. Here, why? Hey, this one going. No, that's a lot of ballast if I do that one. A little too much ballast, I think. Lazy nerds get some original excuse. I'll tell you what I am trying to do. If there's anybody in the stream or anybody that's familiar with Linux, let me know because I'm struggling with something that I would love to get working, but so have been so far unable. That's probably just because I know so little about Linux and I don't know all of the commands that I need to. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, Zoran raised his hand. Okay. In that case, let me tell you. Give me 1 second here. I'll find you a picture of what I have and what the problem is. So I bought open image. Oh, hang on. Actually, no. You can Google it while we talk because I need to continue. So I've got this thing called a Tourbox Neo. It's media editing controller. It's got several knobs and buttons and everything, and it's used for just to improve productivity when it comes to video editing or graphics editing or that sort of thing. And I bought it, but not before I read the part that says it does not support it for Linux. And I use Ubuntu, and that's annoying as shit. So, does that still work? Not really. Um, work. Yeah, realistic-ish, but that work that works better. So anyways, you plug in the device and Linux doesn't even recognize it. VM interface that Linux supports. I hate Windows with the burning passion of 1,000 fury suns. Um, well, I know this. I know that. Okay, here's a big problem. If you Google what's it called, there's a GitHub repository for Tourbox Neo, and basically somebody created not a driver, but it's a UDEV, I think is what it's called. EvDev UI input device because the github.com/bloodywing/tourbox neo, and it shows up as a virtual serial device, so it's a virtual COM port. And that's probably how they can get like the 19 million buttons that there is on this thing. You found the GitHub? Yeah, so I'm trying to install that script, and if you look at the top of the bash script, what's it called? The shebang, I think, at the top. It doesn't say bin bash like most scripts that I'm familiar with. It has openrc. And if I found something accurate, and I don't know if I did, openrc is a huge pain in the dick to install. And to the point that I'm questioning returning the Tourbox because it's that much of a pain in the ass. Um, yeah, that's all I got for that. I've been trying to. I wanted to install it, put more effort into installing it, but then this video was trying to stay relevant to the hoisted sales update. Was not easy when you're as slow as I am. Like I love my videos. I'm not ashamed of any of them. I put a lot of effort into them, and I hope that it shows. But I'm not going to. I had to prioritize the video over the other thing, installing OpenRC. And now that the video's out, I'd love to get it working if I could, but I don't know what I'm doing. Um, man, man, I got a niece. She was, oh man. I'm looking for something sharp like that one. Not seeing any repository on GitHub. Post a link. Um, yeah, it's this one. I don't know if I have post GitHub right like that. There we go. Wait, misclicked. I had another sub that I've been wanting to rebuild, the Piranha, where I use sliding doors and such to capture unsuspecting your open wildlife, I call it, in the front of the sub, and it basically closes some hatches behind it so that it can't leave the little vestibule I've created, and then it's lined with static electric discharge coils. So that's always fun. Flip this one, mirror wheel, paste, flip it, use it in the other direction. You know, this is starting to look Fugu-like. Not super attractive, but actually, why don't I use some of these beginners here at the front? Oh wow, great! Thanks for that, Ubuntu. So helpful. I don't really. That looks interesting. Okay, we'll go with that. Maybe some of this on the front. What is it my niece was telling me a joke? She says, pirate walks into the bar with a steering wheel sticking out of his pants. And bartender says, "What's with the steering wheel?" And the pirate says, "Yar, it's driving me nuts." Oh man, I love that girl. Isn't something I can help with my skills. That's fine. Not hurt one bit. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. What is this decorative stuff? Anything sticks on the outside? It looks like a bunch of decorative stuff that sticks on the outside. Um. Oh, and another thing I like with this sub is that I'm gonna pull off. What's this? Why is something like that firmware based? That's confusing. Yeah, I think it's because they want N key rollover, so you can just mash as many buttons as you want, and they still capture all the inputs. You're gonna make me nerd rant. Yeah, my biggest complaint with it is it's just close box. And my feelings exactly. Yeah, there's this thing if you want to Google it. Give a bunch of these to my old students called the Self Repair Manifesto, and it's a big old PDF that I would recommend printing off and putting somewhere because it's pretty much sums up the problems with today's society in a nutshell. Everything is consumerized, and it is not like if you. It makes a good point. If I can't repair my Samsung Galaxy phone or whichever one I'm using, and I something happens, I can't repair it. If I have to give it to you to get fixed, I don't own that phone. I am borrowing that phone. You don't own it. It's not you. If you can't fix it, it's not yours. Right, and I see these phones with like called they have warranty void if sticker removed thing. Fuck a bunch of that. Oh, hang on, I got more here. I'm trying to put this into a separate window. Um hmm. Okay, where were we? we go. Please, yeah, at least Apple phones in the term of service. Yeah, you want to see something creepy? Go to your YouTube, your Facebook, and look up your data in the privacy settings, and look at the permissions. Like look up what they call the privacy policy, and the access that we give them is terrifying. There's like it's not just about your device, although you do share every. They give you give them access to read file names, file types, active programs, program run history, currently programs that are in the foreground and the background. Um, you also give them access to see what network you're on, both cellular and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and not only that, but you give them permission to use your device, capture information about those other devices on the network, whether they are running Facebook or not. If they're on the same network as you, they're vulnerable. Um, and if you ever get the chance to download your data from Facebook, I highly recommend it because it's very eye opening. There is oh, you know what? I can put my sonar on that. Nice. Okay, put that there. I think. How does that look? Put it back behind this. There we go. That looks silly. So, anyways, it's like if you look at the folder based, it's got all your pictures and all your posts and everything else like that. But if you look at the JSON, the Java format, everything you've clicked on, everything you've posted, has device details, like geo positioning details, um, timing details. Like it's the amount of information people they collect on us is startling. Like I know I'm ranting now. Yeah, exactly. You can use Friendly. Friendly's a nice Android platform for it's a front end for Facebook that doesn't have the same privacy stuff. What was I gonna say? Anyways, the I lost it. Oh, Google Gmail. Do you realize how much money Google spends in air conditioning in a year? Hang on. I want to show you guys something because this just blows my mind every time I look at it. So, um, scale of this just startling. Um, there's a guy that brought home a Netflix blade from one of their they were decommissioning a site where the guy got to keep it's called a blade, but I'm trying to find a picture of it. And basically, it has 270 some terabytes of storage and two network switches internal. Or can't find a picture. Anyways, these things consume like 400 to 500 watts on their own. And there's hang on, the gaming turn that was Gmail's another one. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Gmail. Start. I love Gmail. Okay. Here's the thing. There's Facebook. There's Google. There's Microsoft, and there's Apple. Those are the four main players in telecom right now in terms of consumer level. They've got Qualcomm, and you've got Shenzhen, and you've got a whole bunch of other ones if you want to include the Chinese ones. But in terms of in terms of internet footprint, those are your big options. Um, you have to go with somebody. You can't live in this world and not trust somebody. And Google's company motto is "Don't be evil." So I've been going with them. I've had a Google premium. What is it called? The one where they give you the more Google Drive membership. There's a word for it. I can't remember what it is. Anyways, I've never had problems with Google service. I don't know if I'd buy a Google phone again. I had a Pixel back in dinosaurs roam the earth. Don't know if I'd do it again, but not anymore. I'm guessing that's a reference to the company motto. I've known a few people that got jobs with yeah, we're doing this totally backwards from what I normally do, but I like the shape of this, the way this is turning out, so we're gonna keep it that way, although we're gonna place the motor in a weird spot. Yes, Tim Tom, you were here before. Hello, hello. How are you today? What's the weather like where you are? That's a good question. Um, Memory isn't that bad. Touche, salesman, touche. Holes. Okay. Cloudy. What's the there's a family guy with this black guy that yells the news and he's like, what's the weather like today? It's raining. Thanks for the weather update. The Oliver Ollie something. All I got. Engine room, mechanical room. Okay. Call this the engine room. Call this reactor control. A smaller reactor. No, we'll put this this is rear guns. No, I'm pretty sure that was a Family Guy thing. I want to have one of the things that I find annoying is that people like, yes, modern weapons can be fired remotely, I suppose. Forward battery is going to be over here. I don't like the idea of putting bullets in the wall here and them showing up in a gun over here. So remote control is possible, but the loaders are going to have to be next to the. Hmm. We have here dilemmas abound. Hmm. Have to be a reason for this to be so far forward. Or we could call it a ballast. No, too exposed. Maybe this one over here we call a ballast, and then maybe one on the bottom. Who knows? Let's see. First off, we'll create our central access shaft here. Maybe put an airlock at the top of that one. Do it. Believe in you. So, what is everybody's thoughts on that video? Like, I know some people said good, 10 out of 10. I mean, like, detailed, constructive comments, preferably, but I understand if you want to give it a blast. Like I said in advance many, many times, this is a very boring video, but it's easy to say things. It's harder for people to get them until they see it for themselves. I wonder if that's enough. I doubt it. I wonder if these two combined are enough ballast. No, I'm probably gonna have to raise everything up a little bit. Okay, what's this say? All of, hey, if we use these two for optimal ballast, the ballast level is 455. That's pretty damn good. Means we have 45% of the ballast will produce positive buoyancy, and 55% and 54 and bit will produce negative buoyancy, and that kind of balance is really important. Like, there's nothing worse than a sub at a neutral balance level of like zero point 0.1. You only have zero point 0.1 of that ballast that you can use to go up. The rest is gonna be all going down. Yeah, I know that lucked out. Now the question is, can I get down there if I need to fix it? Should be big enough, I suppose. The command and control. I don't know if how big. How big is? Oh shoot! If that's a navigation terminal, I got way more room here than I thought. Um. Hello. Yes, waiting for the synchronization of the speeds of shuttle. Oh yes, I did say that. Um. That'd be a nice little distraction. Synchronizing of the speeds. We tested with the range of the welding tool. Oh, the. Yeah, that's a good point. Although I just use doors. Like one floor unit above a door is usually a good one for me. I wanted to show you something here, so give me a sec here. How do you say that name, by the way? It's all Cyrillic letters. I'm not familiar with them. Okay, let's just say make a little submarine, a little follower. Yep. Editor gonna be small pump for buoyancy. Small throttle pump, yes. Toggle. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. Image editing. Please. There we go. No. Here, if that's the case. Good old fashioned Google Translate. They so rub. They so rub. I don't know what that means. I'm wondering if it's a catchy phrase or something in a different language. Um. All right. So we're gonna make a little follower. Okay. How am I gonna do? Scale down for one. And we're gonna need room for computer underneath here. Maybe fix the outside. Need a battery. Battery. Machine. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. I had an idea for this that I want. Um, We need figure out what. We got a thruster, we got a pump, we need a floor, and we need some. Um, and I don't know what I'm looking for here. I'm just looking for horizontal wall. There's horizontal wall. You got your own music on now. What you listen to, my friend? I said I gotta be careful with these DCMAs I keep getting. Who hasn't docked me any points yet? I suspect it won't be long. It's funny because I go so much effort to make sure that I don't pick something. Hang on, how's this? That's okay. Yeah, that's small. Good. We want a very small, um, small moving shuttle. Um. Okay. So we've got two batteries. We have I want thrusters on the other side here because this thing's only gonna move at a fixed. What's that? You're lost at what I'm doing? Is that what you said? You're lost and I'm losing you here because I don't want to lose you. I've only got three viewers and I'm don't have that many to lose. Basically, what I don't know what his how to pronounce his late name, but what he asked for was I hope he's still here. We were talking about a shuttle that followed the sub, and I said, well, that's not shouldn't be too hard of a circuit. And he challenged me on it, so I figured I'd pick up the challenge, and I said, yeah, sure, give me a chance, and I'll work on that. Me and my big mouth. Yeah, that's really big. Ta-da! Susie's on the top. I'm trying to make a small submarine that will tag along with the ship on its own without needing any input from a pilot, either on board or otherwise. I didn't say it had to be a pretty shuttle, it just had to be a shuttle. We're coming up on an hour and 30 minutes, guys. I'm gonna have to cut it short once we get there. But that still gives us lots of time. And then we can adjust the size of this thing by. Finally, you can catch a stream. Streamy, how are ya? I've been on Baro for 69 hours. Is that recent, like the new, like in the last week, or is that your actual count? Oh, it's gonna show up on that window. Whoopsie daisies. We're gonna just move this one over here. Um, how do I do what I just did? I want to move this one onto the other window. Ah, there we go. It's showing off my stream name to everybody. Oh, and my Discord too. Look at that. I'm awesome. Oh man, definitely old. Oh, that's your for 69 hours. Oh, okay. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for my Steam. There we go. Library. Um, yeah. Hang on. I've played a little bit. Uh, Hang on. I'm just gonna copy and paste this into a video image editor for you. Change the no. It's not that one. It's the other one. There we go. And yeah, I'm getting there. It's oh you can't see it. Hang on. I'll switch the stream because this is pretty epic. Desktop. There we go. I'm getting there. Oh, I played far too much of this game. Um, he's on hotkeys, I suppose. Yeah, I've been around Baro for a long time. Back when the railgun was the only option. I'm not proud of that, by the way. It's a sign I need a better social life. What is this at? We're at 0.5 and this is 0.5, so we need to reduce this. Otherwise, it's not. And I'll be right back. I want to check a window. How much is gameplay? How much is editor? Probably far more in editor than gameplay. I enjoy it much more. Find it much more satisfying. That's where my videos all got started, was editor stuff. The PID controller. Would you believe that PID controller has been outdated for like 2 years? It's still my number one video. Like, I think it's got getting close to 100,000 views. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot to me. Um, okay, you know what? We don't even need these batteries. We can define these pumps and everything is having zero power consumption. Why don't we do that? Yeah, I guess I need to put a port of some sort into this thing. Docking something. Dock. They're really small ones, don't they? Small docking, docking hatch, docking hatch, docking hatch, docking rail. Okay, try that. Oh, look at that. It fits like a glove. Like it was meant to be there. Okay, well, we'll get rid of these. We'll size this up. Ooh, here. That'll give us some room to play with for the wiring components we're gonna need, because we're gonna need a couple. Um, Need to find a paper. Hang on here, guys. Um, there is a website for anybody of you guys. I think there's a couple of. Don't know if they're currently watching, but there's a couple players that I've run into that are working towards engineering degrees, and I gotta say, there's a resource here that you might want to check out, because I wish I'd known about it a long time ago. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Is this one here? Hang on. Move the window. Ah, there it goes. Desktop. Okay, so if you ever heard of Sci-Hub, I think it's Sci-Hub. Okay, this is overground power. So my background is I do biomechanical engineering. Um, Ground forces versus treadmill. So, oh, all right, let's take this to Google Scholar then. Anyways, as a graduate student, kinematics, efficacy of real-time biofeedback, transition. Oh wait, we wanted to find Motec. The overground cerebral palsy, self-paced versus fixed speed. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So Motec makes rehabilitation robotics, and they publish a lot of stuff about what they find. Now, if I were to try to read this PDF, which is describes everything that this is all in HTML format, but I want to get the actual document. Is it here? Just a PDF? PDF. Okay. The problem with overground walking is that you generate your own power at the knees. And obviously, you generate power at the hips and ankles, but most of the power comes from the knees, and that propels you forward. You maintain your forward velocity that way. But if you walk on a treadmill, you're not generating your own power. The treadmill is generating the power. You're just keeping up. SP modes, discussion. I thought there was an equation in here somewhere. Basically, what they did is they used a controller. Aha. PD controller, speed correction. This is exactly what I want. Here's where I'm going with this. The Motec controller had to keep the treadmill going to the right speed so that the person stayed in the middle. Normally that would be on the person because they would control how well they match the speed of the treadmill. But in this case, the computer would read these dots, and when they saw the dots moving backwards, they'd slow down the treadmill so the person could catch up, and vice versa. So we have a PD controller speed correction proportional to the difference in position in the middle of the belt to the speed of the subject, with d gain also a function of position. X p max minus x dx. And fs, okay, but with the double gain for both p and d. All right, so that's our equation right there. That's what we're gonna go for. So the acceleration of the belt is equal to proportional value times the difference in position times the difference in position times another multiplier times the derivative of the position. So is that a constant loop, or how many times per second is it looping? That's a continuous loop. And that was what they found was the most effective at putting somebody in the middle. So what the goal is here today is to put that equation in here, because this thing spits out its current position, and we can spit out the sub's current position with our own computer and funnel that in here with some wiring, so with some network Wi-Fi components, and then pass that into or do it on the sub. It's not a big deal, but either way, we want a speed match with that equation. So that's the plan, anyways. So we have to do some wiring here. Oh, actually, let's do this first. We're gonna say thruster, pump, thruster. Oh, can't do that. Can't do two of them. No regex. Won't be regex. Back. It's a zero. Change it to zero successfully. I did. Turret. Why is that rated as a turret? That's weird. Okay, small pump here. What, I want to put that down here, otherwise it's not gonna be able to pump. It has to be at the bottom of the, what do they call it? The hull with the ballast in it. Okay. Okay. That like a million times. Now I know. For those of you wondering, this sprite depth thing, the player sprite operates at a depth of 5. Exactly. Putting both of these onto 5 means that there could be rendering errors. So we're going to say 0.505. Oh, point. Oh, I can't type today at all. Crap. And this one's going to go to the back. Further. 2. All right. So put some wiring in. Let's be a -1 because whatever the one thruster is getting, the other one needs the opposite. They're pointing in opposite. Oh man, we just hit an hour 30. Screw it. Let's push to 2 hours. Okay. This guidance computer is going to say velocity X out comes to here. Activate and okay. All right. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit more planning than this, guys. Okay, I'm calling it. We're going to end the live stream here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me, and sorry for the abrupt ending, but I hope you guys stay nerdy and don't feel free to watch that video 2 or 3 times. I get credit for that, and I'd love to see what everybody hears about it, or hear what everybody thinks about it. So please leave a comment in below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on The Gaming Nerd. Later.